Psychology. It's the study of the human mind and behavior. It's powerful stuff. Understand why people do what they do. Use that knowledge to your advantage. 19 psychological tricks to improve your life. Practical strategies for everyday interactions. Get ready to be amazed. You know, it's funny how a simple thing like a name can be so powerful. When you use someone's name in conversation, it immediately grabs their attention. It's like you're speaking directly to their soul, acknowledging their individuality. When you remember and use someone's name, you're making them feel valued. It builds rapport, creates a sense of familiarity, and makes them more likely to connect with you on a deeper level. This works in any situation: business meetings, social gatherings, even just chatting with the barista at your favorite coffee shop. Remember their name, use it naturally in conversation, and watch how quickly that connection builds. Now this next trick is all about subtle communication. Our body language speaks volumes, often without us even realizing it. We lean in when we're interested, cross our arms when we're closed off. You can use this to your advantage by subtly mirroring the other person's body language. Subtly reflect their posture, hand gestures, even facial expressions. When you do this, it creates a subconscious sense of connection. They feel like you're on the same wavelength, that you understand them. Just remember, subtlety is key. Valued. Chapter for asserting dominance or conveying confidence. Chapter 5. Maintaining eye contact. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and you know what? They're right. Eye contact is a powerful tool for building connection and trust. It shows you're present, engaged, and listening. Aim for a natural level of eye contact, holding their gaze for a few seconds. It forces you to connect on a deeper level. Chapter 6. The foot in the door technique. This one's a classic persuasion technique, and it's all about getting your foot in the door, so to speak. The idea is simple. Start by asking for something small, something that's easy to agree to. Once they've said yes to that small request, they're much more likely to agree to a larger request later on. When someone agrees to do you a favor, it triggers this subconscious desire to remain consistent with their previous actions. This technique is used everywhere, from salespeople to charities. So be mindful of it, but also don't be afraid to use it ethically to your advantage. You know, finding common ground is like building a bridge between you and another person. It creates an instant connection, a sense of camaraderie, that can make all the difference in building relationships. Whether it's a shared hobby, a favorite sports team, or even just a mutual friend, finding that common thread can instantly make you more relatable and likable. When you meet someone new and discover you have something in common, don't you feel that spark of connection? So, make an effort to uncover common interests. You might be surprised at the connections you unearth and the bonds you can build from there. This one's a bit sneaky, I'll admit. It's about giving someone the illusion of choice while still steering them towards the outcome you desire. Instead of presenting a single option, offer 2 or 3 choices, but make sure that each option leads to a result that works for you. This way, the other person feels like they have a say in the matter, even though you've carefully curated the options. It's a win-win. We all have that little voice inside our heads, and it can be a real chatterbox. Positive affirmations are like pep talks for your soul, short, powerful statements to challenge negative thoughts. I am capable, I am worthy, I am enough. They can rewire your brain over time. Chapter 10. Simplifying requests. Let's face it, nobody likes to feel overwhelmed or confused. So, when you need something from someone, keep your requests clear, concise, and easy to understand. The simpler your request, the more likely you are to get a positive response. Ditch the jargon, break down complex requests into smaller chunks, and be direct in your communication. Remember, clarity is key when it comes to getting what you want. Chapter 11. The Benjamin Franklin Effect. Ben Franklin discovered a fascinating psychological quirk, the Benjamin Franklin effect. When you ask someone for a favor, it makes them like you more. It sounds counterintuitive, right? But our brain justifies the action by convincing us we like that person. So next time, ask for a small favor to build rapport. Chapter 12. The Power of Taking Breaks. We live in a culture that glorifies the hustle and grind, but our brains weren't designed to operate at full capacity 24/7. Taking short, regular breaks is essential for maintaining focus and preventing burnout. Give your brain a chance to rest and recharge. Your brain will thank you for it. Chapter 13. Get them to say yes. Getting someone to say yes is kind of like setting the stage for a successful negotiation or persuasion attempt. The key is to start by asking questions that naturally elicit a yes response. It's about creating a positive momentum, a sense of agreement from the get-go. By priming the conversation with positive affirmations and agreement, you're creating a more receptive and agreeable environment for your ultimate goal. It's a subtle but powerful technique. Using small goals to build motivation. We all have big dreams, big goals we want to achieve. But sometimes those big goals can feel overwhelming, even paralyzing. That's where the power of breaking things down into smaller, more manageable steps comes in. By setting small, achievable goals along the way, you create a sense of progress, a feeling of accomplishment that fuels your motivation to keep going. So, celebrate those small wins, acknowledge your progress, and use that momentum to propel you forward towards your ultimate goal. Chapter 15. Turning enemies into friends. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Sometimes the best way to neutralize a threat is to extend an olive branch. It takes courage, empathy, and seeing things from their perspective. Often, beneath the anger, there's a human being with their own story. Unexpected friendships can blossom from conflict. Our brains are incredible, but they're not computers. We can't just download information and expect it to stick. That's where chunking comes in. It involves breaking down large pieces of information into smaller, manageable chunks, like remembering a phone number by dividing it into segments. This technique helps with studying, remembering names, dates, or lines for a play. Organizing information into groups makes it easier to remember. This one's a simple but effective persuasion technique that plays on our innate desire to be helpful and consistent with our commitments. By expressing your gratitude before the favor has even been performed, you're subtly increasing the likelihood that the other person will comply with your request. When you thank someone in advance, you're essentially saying, "I believe you're going to do this for me, and I'm already grateful for it." This creates a subtle pressure to live up to your expectation, to follow through on the implied commitment. When used strategically, thanking in advance can be a powerful tool for influencing behavior and getting people on board with your requests. So there you have it, folks. 18 simple yet surprisingly effective psychological tricks that you can start using today to improve your communication, build stronger relationships, and navigate the complexities of human interaction. These tricks aren't about manipulating or deceiving others, they're about understanding the nuances of human behavior and using that knowledge to your advantage. Now go out there and experiment. Try these techniques in your everyday life and see what kind of amazing results you can achieve, and most importantly, have fun with it. Look, we've all been there. Those awkward silences, those missed connections, those times when we just can't seem to get our point across. But it doesn't have to be that way. By understanding the psychology behind human behavior, we can unlock the secrets to better communication, stronger relationships, and a more fulfilling life. These 18 psychological tricks are just the tip of the iceberg. So keep learning, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep connecting with the people around you. Because at the end of the day, life is all about relationships.